Aliens, however you identify he or she. If you leave your aircraft unattended, there are people like me who will get it off the ground. If I get your aircraft off the ground, I'm going straight to your navigation system. I'm going to your breadcrumbs. I'm going back to where you came from. Because this right here, this earth is ghetto. Govern yourselves accordingly.
Real life.
It ain't real life. Just ain't real life street stars. You know what time it is.
UFOs.
The actual headline is that the U.S. recovered non-human biologics from UFO crash sites.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So this, out of nowhere, they just tell us about UFOs.
It's not out of nowhere.
And you've been in the military, so is there some things, have you been knowing and you just couldn't say nothing, or is it like one of those things?
Yeah, but, okay, so let's run this back. The last big issue, I want to say 2014, 2016, something like that, between 2013 and 2016, you got some F-18 pilots out there, and they saw what they refer to as tic-tac type UFOs, right? From those statements, because of the fact that you have F-18 pilots, these are not just, these boys are serious, okay? Versus commercial airline pilots. These guys, they're not fatigued like your commercial pilots. They're not gonna fly 18 hours, sleep for 8, then fly 20 hours, sleep for 8. No. These guys are sharp, they own it, right? So their word is going to be trusted more than anybody's. And at that particular point, it's not like it was back in the 50s and 60s where we didn't have the technology and to keep the pilot in a sound mind, what they call it, hypoxia and all the other kind of stuff. That's not an issue for them, okay? So when they say, hey, I saw something and it's not on my radar, boom, turn this cam on, boom, turn my missile cam on, and it's recording it, you gotta trust the info. From there, then we have to reference all of the old information and verify it. And that old verification is, well, what about Roswell? What about Area 51? So on and so forth. So when they ask those questions, they're kind of pressured to tell the truth in that aspect. Okay. At the end of the day, I want to say the first flight, Wright brothers, was 1901. Right. So you allegedly go from zero, take all those years for you to get in the sky. Then after 1901, it only takes you 60 years to get to the moon. Right.
Yeah.
It only takes you 40 years for jet propulsion. Where'd you get this information from? Say what you want, but let's just, I don't care how old you think the planet is. I don't care how long you think humans been on this planet. But up until 1901, Wright brothers at Kitty Hawk, North Carolina, they got off the ground for a few seconds for a few hundred yards. Or 100 yards, something like that. But from 1901 to 1937, you got United States Air Force. Make it make sense. Where did you get this information technology from?
That's a good question.
I'll say this again. 1901, the Wright brothers, to September 1937? Is it 1937? United States Air Force?
1903 was the first flight.
1903, thank you. A couple years out. The United States Air Force was started, was it 67 or 57? When is the Air Force? 19, whatever. I forgot. I used to know all this shit when I was in the Air Force, but I'm a deplorable.
1947.
1947. So 1903 to 1947, 45 years. You barely off the ground, and now we got jet propulsion. Nowhere in human history have you seen human technology advance that fast.
That's crazy. Yeah.
So where did you get the information from? Do it as you will.
Should we be worried?
I'll say this. I said it already on the video. Aliens, however you identify he or she. If you leave your aircraft unattended, there are people like me who will get it off the ground. If I get your aircraft off the ground, I'm going straight to your navigation system. I'm going to your breadcrumbs. I'm going back to where you came from. Because this shit right here, this earth shit is ghetto. Govern yourselves accordingly. Next question. I'm getting up out this motherfucker. Y'all keep this shit.
He said, I am out this bitch.
Facts. And we're going to need cookies when we get there. Goddamn. Let's go.